Hey everybody, welcome to the last video of the Game Jam Prep series. And last but not least, we're going to be chatting with you designers next. So, first off, I know we may not always agree, but I am proud of you designers. But going on from there, let's talk about some of the physical tools you're going to need for when you're preparing for a game jam. If you have been paying attention to the first two videos in this series, the first one's going to be pretty obvious at this point, and that it's going to be a computer. You need a computer. If you are working on a digital game, a computer is going to be essential because that's how you're going to assemble your game, levels, put together any music, pretty much put the whole product together, because at the end of the day, you designers are going to be a lot of the glue to get this game to completion. That doesn't mean computers are your essential tool. If you are working on something more unique or different, like a tabletop game or a narrative story-driven game, then you'll have a different set of tools completely. You may need something more like game boards, markers, tokens, miniature figures. Basically, your rules kind of change a little bit because you're not doing something that is digital, so things change a lot. Pack your notebooks. Have pencils, paper ready to keep notes. You guys are going to be taking down all the ideas. You're going to be writing any notes or suggestions others may have along the way. And you're going to want to record this. Even having a camera, if there's a whiteboard in the room you're working in, take a picture of the notes and things you've already gathered so far. It gives you an opportunity to also look at something and kind of think about it, kind of plan around it. But notebooks are going to be essential because you got to keep notes. Other thing is flash drives. You're going to need storage of some kind, so having a flash drive or a portable hard drive is essential, especially when you need files quickly from your programmers or from your sound technicians, sound engineers, sound designers, and your artists. So when you need stuff from them, it's going to be really important to have a drive that you can transfer things quickly, because you don't know what the internet's going to be, especially when there's a lot of people at a jam site. Internet that may perform better most days may not perform the same way when you're actually at a jam site. So that's why a flash drive is important. At the end of the day, too, you're going to want to be comfortable. So make sure you have your headphones, any pillows, keyboards, mice, have them charged, ready to go. Anything that's going to make you comfortable, even if it's a Snuggie, that's your decision. No one's here to judge you about it. All right, and the last thing you're going to want to make sure you have are any tools, accessories, devices you're going to need for actually playing the game. Be it a controller or multiple controllers, in case you want to have controller for people to play it on several different systems or different people testing it out. You're going to want, if you have any unique devices, make sure you have those with you. Make sure you have batteries for all this stuff. The thing is, any device you're going to use for actual development and your game itself, make sure you actually have it on your persons. And you're going to want a big old bag to put all this stuff in. But with that said, now let's go into software, if there is software for you. Okay, so let's talk about software. If you are going to bring software or have your software of preferred choice with you, make sure it's up to date. You don't want to waste time trying to download updates. Updates can be a killer time sink. In a jam where time is limited, you don't want to waste time on things that don't really matter. And that means make sure you have your devices up to date. Make sure you have anything and everything you need installed. And hopefully, if you have wired internet, that'll help, especially if you're using any cloud resources for any part of your project for keeping notes or something like that. But I'd recommend having an offline tool as well, because you never really know if you're going to have an internet connection. And that pretty much covers that bit of software. But then if you are planning on working with a group and collaborating and want to transfer the project or get it up on GitHub, then you're going to have to actually spend some time and learn GitHub and how it works. At times, you game designers are pretty much going to be the go-to line for bringing everything together and assembling the game for pretty much production or for the jam. That includes uploading it to the site or a link to it to the site. So you're going to be responsible for having to deal with a lot of that stuff too. And then for those sound designers or other unique designers, if you have special gear, make sure your gear and software is ready to go too. So if you have your instruments and mixers, make sure you have it all with you, and make sure you have any software up to date. If you need a space for quiet, that's gonna be harder. So you might have to do some working out of a car or something just to make sure you have that space you need in case you need a very specific amount of volume. You may even have to work from home for when you're doing that and then bring everything else to the rest of the team, but it's something just to take into consideration if you have a certain environment you need for noise. Some venues, though, do provide space where it's a quiet room where people can work quietly and work on the things they need, so that might be a space to have the right atmosphere for any sound design you're working on. Alright, so that pretty much covers software for you designers. There's really not too much more else to add. Again, just have what you need, have it ready to go. That's really the basis. But with that said, we are now done with this Game Jam prep series. Hopefully this has been helpful to everyone. And if you have any questions, comments, would like to see more videos like this, hit all the things down there. But thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you all next time.